We all have our story about wildlife. We all know that Kenya is very special. And when I see this exhibition, I am very enthusiastic.
First of all, quickly, I want to thank Charlie and Hasita and the team at Alliance for giving us this opportunity. But again, I'm here because I'll just introduce the photographers because the stage is theirs.
I'll say my journey into this was started more as an escape I went to law school, so that's a story for another day. You can pull me aside and ask me. But in between my books and my studies, I was feeling like, I needed something to escape the books. So it just naturally occurred that I picked up, I started, taking pictures on my breaks with my phone and eventually got a camera. So it became an escape, and then that escape became an addiction. After I finished school, I found myself, traveling across the country. Moav, who's right there by the corner, was part of a group called One Touch. I made sure that, these guys would be my friends, and I would make sure that we go camping with them. And we just basically were a passionate group of people who were taking pictures of the country and showcasing the continent and the country in a more positive light. So that's how my journey started. And then along the way, I just said, I like what this is. I like the fact that I'm able to, go to different places, meet new people that I wouldn't have done in my, my other life of being a lawyer. And so it just stuck. I gravitated naturally towards nature. I, photographed everything and anything that, exists, from weddings, portraits, everything, insects that Boni is not very good at here. I took very bad insect pictures, so I don't even have the courage to display them. But so that journey just naturally became something that I was really hooked. And so yeah, travel became my thing, where I just love going to different places, documenting what's there, and showing people, especially about Africa, that you're a very beautiful continent, that, so much of it deserves to be seen out there, not just the negative images of Africa that we're used to. And so, yeah, where nature and wildlife comes in is because I spend a lot of time in the parks and a lot of time in nature. So I just want to show people that, there's a lot that we need to protect out there and conserve. So that's my in into the industry, yeah.
I believe if we don't protect nature, we're killing ourselves. And for me, it was my classroom where I learned my photography, where I learned the cats, where I learned everything about these cats that I love. So I think it's there for us. It's not expensive to go to Nairobi National Park. And it's in our backyard. So I think it's very accessible. Photography, wildlife especially, and non-wildlife like birds. We can have birds anywhere, in Nairobi, in my garden. Yesterday night, I lost the bowling competition semi-finals. So the first thing that I thought is, tomorrow morning, go and see a lion. You'll feel so much better. I found a lion and I got a puncher today, right next to the lion. But still, 2 hours with that lion, I forgot all my stress of last night. So it's my escape.
I work for a conservation organization, and we kind of protect and conserve the lions and cheetahs and wild dogs of the Mara. And I kind of help with the communication, and that's how I
Found yourself here.
Yes. I am a psychologist by profession, and I've always loved traveling. I've always loved taking pictures. But then the more I traveled, I realized I found myself in a lot of nature spaces. And that's how I met my mentor, who's not here, Rahim. And we just started traveling together.
Rahim Kara.
Yeah, Rahim Kara.
Yes.
And we started traveling together, and that's how I met Steve and some of these, even Peter, the same Nakuru trip. Yeah, and to me, I use travel as a form of, I'd say, healing, because I get to meet new people, I get to experience new things, and me being in this space, in photography and nature and conservation, it's kind of fulfilling to me because I'm doing this for the communities that, because there's climate change, there's human-wildlife conflict. So how best can I do that? It's through my art.
My wife and I, who's over there, we've been volunteers at Kenyatta National Hospital. Cancer ward for children. So around 2012, we did a project with a friend of mine who used to work for Nation Media, whereby, because of our work at Kenyatta National Hospital, we were given permission to document, like teach children how to use point and shoot cameras and document their daily life at the hospital. And once in a while, because of our work at the hospital, we got an opportunity to take the children out to Mamba Village, Animal Orphanage, Giraffe Center, and the Shedricks Park. So, as you're aware, cancer is a very, let me say, life-consuming disease, especially with children. It takes a toll on them. So we sort of noticed how the children reacted on that particular day. And because of that, as a photographer, I felt maybe I should do something. So initially, the idea was to take smiles of people smiling at their work, and I wanted to have all those photos at Kenyatta National Hospital, whereby they'll be used as a lifetime exhibition and also as therapy, because as you're aware, if somebody smiles at you, automatically, even if you're gloomy, you'll smile back, right? So I decided, let me try with the insect, and just like that, it picked up. So the idea, all the collection that I have of the images, I want to have them at Kenyatta National Hospital. Using the images, I want also to bring life into those walls. And also, at the same time, educate people the importance of insects in our ecosystem.
My wildlife journey started after we moved to Kenya here, and Mara was my first love. I think that's how the story began. Photography also came after I started falling in love with wildlife and knowing about what this place has got, learning about wildlife, behaviors. Birds, insects is my next target, and I've been really looking for a good macro lens. Learning never stops because there's so much of genre and things about nature, and we are still learning. Every safari is new. So photography is a subset of what I started loving about wildlife. What we are displaying here and what we are showcasing are one of the best compositions, and compositions really make a big difference in photography.
I work as a tour guide and a conservationist, and I love telling stories of both subjects using writing, photography, and filming. Studying wildlife, the behaviors and everything, they guide you in your photography journey or filming journey. Like Usha said, you need a good guide, which I am, and you need to you also need to learn about animal behavior, which we all are, because otherwise you would not have the patience to wait and get that perfect shot. And I'm glad to be in this space, and it's thanks to conservation that we get to interact with all this wildlife.
For me, it's just to express our profound gratitude to the organizers, especially Alliance. There are not so many exhibition spaces around, but they've been here and they've always welcomed us. And then Karakana as well. This is not the only event. I know you will continue supporting us, but there are more. But most importantly, as a leader of the Photographers Association, I'm really proud and really honored. If this is the kind of work some of our members are producing, it's really a very honorable moment for me, and I'm happy and very proud of everyone and the work that they're doing. And there's one outstanding thing about these photographers, how professional they are, and how this is very common to all of them, attention to detail. when I look at the footprints, honestly, as a community, we should be so proud. And the stage is for us to dance now. I think we can easily conquer the world.
Karakana Initiative is a social enterprise registered here in Kenya, and our ultimate goal is to empower creatives, especially through collaborative projects. I struggle to find which project we have done on our own. We always work with other creatives, mostly photographers, because as a team leader at Karakana and a photographer, it's an easy space, but we have also collaborated with people in pageantry. We've collaborated in painters and artists and other spaces. So if you're here today, if you have an idea, if you're a writer, if you're a content creator, if you're an actor, whatever it is you do, and you think you just need a little push to breathe life to an idea, as a collaborative project, if we can come together and put our energies and efforts together, we will get far. So feel free to interact with everybody, and let's appreciate everybody else with a hand clap. Asanteni sana.